Rakan kind of wants to be the secondary engage, like follow up on stuff, but you just don't have it there. So yeah, they're going to go with the Nautilus. Decent into the bot lane matchup, but definitely Ezreal.
To secure this, keeping my eyes still on Rolechen, it looks like he is saying, we do not want to fight this first dragon, so respect is going to come through. And first dragon will be handed over to Koi. Rumble from keeping that push on the top side. Meanwhile, in this middle lane, we can see Alvaro hovering around, ulti.
Okay, snap back, fuck, clean, Alvaro, oh my god, this guy. Koi starting it off, Alvaro gets stretch line in to kick us off, and Paris is stunned up. Call the forward god going to be layered down onto 2. Major keeping in place, or rather kept in place. A searing charge up, well, Jojo just got the free hit. His ulti shoved the bio. Gets the wall, Alvaro still looking for the chase. Super with the ulti, close to getting a kill. Paris survives, but the dragon does not.
And when we talk about ways in which Na'Vi lost during the regular season, it was when...
Make sure that we can actually carry from there into a good spot.
Good knock up in the meantime, though. Mainta is getting burnt down himself. Call the forward god is great as well, and Alvaro pops the ulti, but in this 3v3, I think MKoi have it in spades. Elyoya pivots out, and meanwhile, again, Mirwin gets a bellowed breath, but Na'Vi have support. Okay, Poby helped out the players. Na'Vi bring in...
Hopefully this dragon is what they're saying right now. The resets have come through. They're contesting the objective. The Herald has dropped.
Yep, I'm going to leave that with the people at home while this dragon continues to go teleport in. Mirwin needs to make a play, but it's already taken down. Na'Vi get the Drake equalizer down is good, but Mainta's already ticking down. Elyoya's just sitting on him and hitting him big. You saw a great knockup, but I see him in better engages. Bit of a whiff there from Poby, rather to get on out as Arrow finds right-hand side of the fight, and Jojo got a kill on the back end of it as well. A dreaded return onto Sam D, and Elyoya is cultivating war once again.
My goodness, the front to back from Koi is clean. The 3-man knockup from Mirwin. I think that may have been a 5-man ulti from Super. Like that Ezra ulti connected onto so many members. Koi lose the dragon. They do find themselves with a kill, and it looks like they're going to try and get this tower as well. So they feel healthy enough to get it. Super buying up that low health Sam D.
Well, easy turret, easy day for Super. He's also on a bit of a lead now, 700 gold.
This is where we start to see the question marks going towards Na'Vi, though. They got the dragon, which does help, but one of the big questions around Na'Vi has been, how do they play from a deficit? And at the moment, it's MKoi kind of giving a ring around them.
He's deep for this. Elyoya is going to get the dreaded return, and in relation to a 1v3, no backup. True shot barrage caught out. Bad timing to invade, and MKoi know it.
It gives you haste, it gives you AP, it gives you health, and it gives you mobility.
Okay, well, that's all you need of a Z. Jojo, show us how. Paris, he's caught out under turret. Emperor's divide and depth charge, trying to get Paris out, but Elyoya's just over the wall. A couple of good picks keep building up, and MKoi keep taking them for free. But mate, he's not going to get 1v1, is he? Elyoya is back again! This guy lives rent-free in top, bot, and mid. Every single lane is here. Dreaded return, and Mainta, where do you think you're going? Flash away, but no, he's dead, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be slowed down. He'll be caught. No! Never, ever say die. Never give up. That's the inhibition there.
Nearly got hit by the true shot.
For the further engage, MKoi disengage, and down goes Alvaro, 5 versus 4 for Drake.
Well, that was a very early engage when Koi wasn't really in position, so Na'Vi will take the pick, but Koi is still hovering around. 3 versus 5 right now.
Mirwin doesn't have ulti until now. Dragon's going down 2k. Elyoya want to steal on the back end, but it's smited down. Call the forward god, but a searing charge! Interrupted for the ulti though. Mirwin can't get the double knockup. His Bella's breath does work, but the lightning in the back line onto Jojo. Relentless ulti, he re-engages Mirwin, running for his life. Well, now the ulti instead from Elyoya. He's looking for his cultivation of war, but as he fights away, Poby stops him in his track. Jojo finds the back end of the fight. Relents, heals, sends it into the sky, not once but twice. Now down he goes. Meanwhile, Super takes on the rest of it. It looks so chunky, but Super made it his own.
Super comes back in at the end of the fight and cleans it up for Movistar Koi.
The Q is connecting. It's connecting onto key targets while he keeps at arm's length. He has done so much damage to Sam. I think deserved triple kill.
No, they've lost the fight. You still have a big gold lead,
yeah,
but definitely that would kind of be the nail in the coffin if you could get something like the Elder. Still though, with the advantage they have, they are getting turrets and they can look to... Well, this is not the quickest bar and take right now, but they can move members over. Rumble will have to TP in, but can they even take the fight at this stage? I think it's gone.
4K, dredge lining, call the forward, golden arrow does it again! It's a bomba in the air! Everybody gets sent up, and MKoi make it so game 1 goes down.
The beauty of a wombo combo never ceases to amaze. 3-man connect with Alvaro, 3-man knockup, just beautifully done from Koi. They get the Baron
and Alvaro, he's going to do it again. He only finds one with the Shattering Strike, but does it really matter? It is a big one in Mainta, and it is a big game from MKoi.
Nowhere is safe from MKoi in game number 1. Na'Vi struggling to find their footing, but MKoi, they're just cracking up in the base. They're going to crack a turret on top side. I don't think they'll end the game just yet, but it's firmly in their hands.
I mean, they've come in with a clear game plan. They executed upon it beautifully. And while they did make a mistake in that middle lane, with Alvaro's engage coming out too early, the individual star power that this roster has comes up clutch. Sure. Kobe's on the other side of the rift looking to try and cross-map. If you can get a little bit more gold, maybe you can finish that Infinity Edge, and then maybe there's a miracle fight that Na'Vi can find.
Yeah, I like what MKoi are doing at the moment, though. They have this Baron buff, use it instead of going for the Dragon. Should be able to crack up the base, but the reset now from Poby. And Na'Vi, do they try and fight to hold the inhibitor?
Well, Mirwin can easily step up and absorb any poke that Na'Vi have to offer.
Used it for a bit of extra damage there. But yeah, that's going to be another Dragon secured for Koi. With 2 inhibitors secured, I mean, this game is pretty much...
This and the Galio skin are very safe.
Yeah, what is it? Is this, what's with the drill? What is this one?
I think it's mecha something, but
oh, it's got to be.
It's looking pretty mega right now.
I see a wall there, and I see Alvaro again! Oh my god! It's like we're at a kid's birthday party. Everyone into the bouncy castle! Everyone in! It's so much fun for everyone except Na'Vi, the one kid left in the middle who can't get out.
MKoi have deflated the Na'Vi bounce house. There's nothing left. The party's over, but they have to see if they can do it one more round.
Yes, first 11 levels where he's happy to go for these early skirmishes, and I think that's going to be the biggest difference maker, especially once he gets level 6. But Koi, as you rightly said, a lot more scaling.
Here in a HP trade, this feels like a pretty sure thing.
I mean, 2 big double taps there from Sam D right as the Dragon spawn meant that they have to back away on that bottom side. Riot, again, using this Mundo's power really effectively. And he's off to a great start. Level 6 already, you can see Elyoya. A major
that Na'Vi's guaranteed numbers advantage. And keep your eyes on the minimap and watch Mainta observers also highlighting it for you as well. This rotation down from Mainta to catch the mid wave means that Ryze can actually stay mids. And if K'Sante stays top lane to push another wave, then he can just TP back to bot. Now that there was no contest from Koi, he should feel comfortable being able to catch that.
Next wave coming in. Mirwin has TP up in a couple of cycles, but he's not going to be able to use it. Riot, as you said, Grub's going to be taken. Now looking for the invade off the back of top prio. This top jungle, I mean, right now making magic happen. Let's see if they can do anything about Mirwin.
Level 11. Ult's available now. Not quite available for Mainter.
Cleaver into a HP stacker. Very nice. Heartsteel 4-3. Ulti used by Mirwin just to flash away. Still hit with the Cleaver and the hop. Gets the double bounce. Elyoya hovering over the side as Riot pops the ulti, but still first blood is there. Na'Vi play it cool as a cucumber.
Elyoya was in the area, but to me it looked like the comm had already been, you can't save me, Elyoya, there's no point.
Yeah.
But then Mirwin did all this damage to the Mundo, and then Elyoya was like, oh, wait, actually, I think maybe we could have taken this, but then he was too late. Meanwhile, trading going in favor of Koi in the bottom lane. This Aphelios continuing to get stronger, built himself up a bit of a small lead, but Na'Vi now holding on to a very sizable lead as they secure first tower in the top lane.
That's 1.8.
And MKoi using the invade as a team, as a unit, to make sure they get something back. Crystallize is good, not bad. Poby gets a root though, Rune Prison, another cleaver. Jojo holds on to the egg for now. Na'Vi looking for the chase here, and Super's on the way for the flank. The Crystallize ball once again onto Riot. Magical Journey, he won't be able to take it. And instead, Paris has to flash away with a shutdown. Go to Elyoya. Over the wall, Poby still followed up. Comet Spear there, flash away. Realm Warp, Na'Vi have to go, go, go. And out the back door they run. Despite gold still being in Na'Vi's favor, we come back to live and Poby's going to slow onto Elyoya, teleport in, and the fighting begins again. Jojo about to turn into a giant egg as he flashes over the wall. Magical Journey for the follow-up as well. Poby gets the Rune Prison down, but again the wall of Mage's about to go Megana, but they won't let him. The CC chain from MKoi keeps him in place. Tempered Fate stops and engage, but Elyoya flashes forward as Paris wants the Magical Journey out, but again, they won't let him. MKoi so good at saying no.
A huge polymorph from Alvaro in the middle of that fight onto Mainter. Denies the setup that Na'Vi were playing for, and MKoi can turn it around.
Koi's response to a lot of these skirmishes is clean and clinical. Na'Vi think that they have caught these Koi players out of position, but it is Na'Vi turn their attention back onto Elyoya. I wonder if they'd committed onto Elyoya earlier, if that had actually giving them
Boy,
enough time. Ooh.
Flying bird, okay. Well, chickens can indeed do it. As caught out as Paris, that mega blast cone.
Where they can match on some of these side lanes. So for MKOI, what started off as a very good game for Na'Vi, they're now starting to pull back in with some creative plays on side lanes.
They're all going to be using mid in the meantime, though, and side lanes be damned. Na'Vi going to run it down mid. 3 members of MKOI stand here to defend. Well, the Onivia is not there, and that's a major wave clear right now. Mid's still standing, though, and Herald can't get the job done. Meanwhile, as mid holds on, side waves in Mirwin. He's just taking it down himself, down to one last plate in this outer turret bot.
The gold is dead even, but I really think this ultimately favors Koi.
Yeah.
This mid tower isn't long for this world.
Bait, super kiked it out. Oh my, I mean, this guy got some dancing slippers on tonight.
The bonus movement speed that Alvaro provides is
Super's
going to be fully online. The Cephalios is becoming scary and scary. Elyoya, though,
Base
he
check.
fancies a bit of a fight.
Cosmic Binding, Manta has no Mega Narbar though, and MKOI say, yeah, we'll take the fight with the Lulu as well. Slowed down with the Make It Rain, and Sam D just wants to set up the bullet time, but Cosmic Binding doesn't connect a second time. Mirwin has an angle, the angle of the gods right now. The flash, the pass maker, again, the no button launches. MKOI get another. Riot lose the passive and now goes a little bit crazy. Na'Vi have to retreat. Engage, or rather, stopping the disengage from Na'Vi. And now as Dragon starts again, the condition that Na'Vi wanted to play towards is going out the window. This Dragon's going to be done before anyone gets on in. Tempered Fate from Paris. Not yet. Dragon goes down. MKOI take it. 2 for 2 yet again in the second game.
Na'Vi need to get out though. Look at topside. That's all they're playing for. They just want to keep MKOI here so they can get Mainter that tower topside. He ends up picking it up. But how long can they delay?
They get the bird, but is it really enough? Elyoya zones out so Riot can't walk in. 5 members of MKOI hold the line. Mainter's going to get side turret push, so teleport coming through, not interrupted. And Na'Vi like, who else can we stop in the meantime?
But look at the bot side as well. This is where Na'Vi now are playing off of multiple different angles of attack.
But you can't play that and then get caught out. Riot gets the bell rung for himself. Magical Journey, and he is out, but he had to flash. A couple of summoners getting burned here. 2v4. Tempered Fate, no, dodged again for the flash. Hobie won't let him out as finally the bullet time comes in, but it does nothing. Healed up for the movement speed as MKOI running for their life. A bone skill to set up and get the slow onto Elyoya. Major though, he's running for his life, he's almost dead. Meanwhile, the Infernum burns him down, but not enough damage yet. If Super was 5-10 more minutes into the game, that could have been different.
And also, AD carries are working towards that third core item. So this late game team fighting style game that we knew we were heading towards is nearing its approach.
Done. Okay, it is a Mundo though, going to take a little bit while. Tempered Fate gets Elyoya mid-swing. But Riot is healthy and okay, but that is 2 ultis from Na'Vi right before Dragon spawns.
Exactly, the timing is crucial. Really nice play onto Riot, forcing his ult out and forcing him away from this objective means that Na'Vi cannot contest. But can they contest the Baron?
TP coming in immediately. Poby from the other side of the map. Dragon's been halted for the time being. As Baron starts off, this Na's going to do some good on-hit damage, but MKOI are on the chase.
You still need these ultimates to come back up and available. Keep your eyes on Mainter. He'll have to be the main engage tool.
They're going to run away. Mirwin's TP changes everything at 10k, now 9 as Sandy does a cheeky hit and run. MKOI have an angle though, and Na'Vi's help are dangerous. If they take this path, they can be punished.
Aphelios on mid-wave. That's what MKOI are playing for. Keep them at bay. Barely Mundo gets over the wall there.
Good damage as Poby tries to run down Super. MKOI run together as a pack. Mirwin is isolated. He's still here. He feels confident over to Mega Narbar is on the way. Mirwin looking for the flip into his team. Flash away is Mainter. He gets out with his summoner over the wall, but Na'Vi weren't nearby. That was a small mistake that could have been costly.
The shield from the TP of Mirwin was so scary to look at. Mainter thought that he'd found an angle, but now the TP back in. Has Mainter found a flank?
Okay, observers are trying to keep up. Yo, shout out to them. This is a hard game.
They're trying so hard to buy time for the ultimates. Now a Na'Vi in position. Mainter is close on the Narbar, but he needs to go soon. Can auto either of these fruits
the pings are
to get
coming
himself
down.
there.
Does it, as you said, there's the angle. Na'Vi run back and try to give him some room. Mainter's who you should be watching. Looking for the Meganar against the wall. He won't find it. He's polymorphed again. Alvaro might have saved the game. Tempered Fate and the ulti from Super. Meganar comes in, but it's too late. Bullet time looks good, but Elyoya is in the way. Poby gets zoned off while the rest of the fight is Super again in the same damn place. Super gets not 2, but almost a third. MKOI, like this bot side river, they've adapted to Na'Vi.
Riot managed to get the steal in the midst of all of it though. The Dragon goes to Na'Vi, but MKOI immediately turn over towards the Baron. There just wasn't enough. MKOI's team fighting is too strong.
What a series from Alvaro. That polymorph has been so game-changing. Mainter just has been unable to play. How many times now have we seen this man die simply due to polymorph? Well, they do lose the Dragon.
Executed well.
I will W him. I W him.
There's a Chemtech Soul versus the Baron Onslaught that's going to put gold in the pockets of MKOI.
It's also great to see Alvaro performing like this because so much of the conversation is shifted into guys like Busio for best support in the league. Alvaro has been at the forefront of that discussion for such a long period of time, and seeing him put in performances like this is why he's part of that discussion.
I also think that we've been seeing a lot of range supports from him this year, and range supports for me have always been a big question mark for him, but he has been getting better and better throughout this split. His Nami as well, on equal levels of his Lulu, and you can tell that the practice is really paying off.
Well, the scaling has come into effect. Super alongside him, who's had great team fight after team fight in both games now. 4 items on this Aphelios. Scaling, I think, is no longer a question, but just a remark of how MKOI have entered this second game at the 30-minute mark now as Inner Turret goes down. Even though Riot in 2 games in a row, I can't remember the last game if he got an early lead, but Elyoya was definitely more proactive in the early game in game 1. But in the second game, it just feels like he's everywhere. And it's not even him using his ulti. Elyoya is in the right place at the right time every damn time.
I do think that Riot had a fantastic early game. It felt like he was
Na'Vi are not pushing this too hard and fast. They want to take it nice and slow at 6k. MKOI are like, okay, we're going to take the Dragon as Manta goes into Meganar. That's a big takeaway from Mirwin as Poby on the edge of the fight as well.
Manta's TP into the opposite side. He wants to get in.
One's going now. Tepid Fate is there. Manta's going to wait. The bullet time, no one ever comes out.
Polymorph again.
Polymorph once more. Meganar, but doesn't hit a wall. Paris is the flash out. And again, look who's doing the business. Running forward is Poby. And the setup from Sam D was good as well. But Jojo, as he gets flashed on, he's doing so much from his own damn wall. MKOI somehow still alive as Alvaro lived through it all. And Rilet, as he runs back. Remember, Dragon still stands.
How the hell did KOI turn that fight?
Running back, Rilet is dead. Polymorph again. Alvaro, how the hell did he survive that fight?
With Super dying, I thought that...
Huge in the damage, and May now have just held on to the game for him.
We've already seen it this split, but it wasn't this big flashy game. It was so set up for the teams fighting, and he's doing it again. Here, MKOI on the Dragon, rather Baron, with the perfect guns for Super. Baron's going to go down. Yes, MKOI will move to 3,500, a little bit more than that. But this game is not
but then
done.
You still have
Super's alone.
And there we go, Poby coming in the realm morph. Again, you just can't hit him as they're just taking a free Poby for the time being. Wild Growth comes through, Poby running him back, but he's dead. Super's played the range, and with Calirum, he's going to play the rest of the fight. Na'Vi walked in, but they need to call the ambulance the opposite way around. We're looking for Elyoya. Where's this guy? Okay, Elyoya running in. On to Paris. Magical Journey. Paris is out on the back end. Elyoya looking for the chase. Manta needs a Meganar to contribute to this fight. He runs up, bullet time in the way, but Elyoya puts a shield out. Manta gets close, Derek Gage helps out. Mirwin taking on Paris. Sandy gets one shot, grabbing him to the ground. Na'Vi, you're not in Kansas anymore. You're not even in Pandora. I don't know where they're going, but down to the lower bracket as MKOI have a date back in their home country. They're going back to Spain.
Systematic destruction as KOI tear Na'Vi apart. That's going to be a clean ace. Jojo has been pushing in topside this whole time. I don't know if they can actually end just yet. This Onivia isn't exactly pushing super fast, but my goodness, KOI, they came to play today. They came to make a statement as they dominate Na'Vi in this series.
What a performance from MKOI. The TP back in from Jojo. They want to end this right now. It's Poby versus the world.
And the world is going to win. A wall in his way. 5 members of MKOI will stay and Poby down in the dirt. It is MKOI hosting in Barcelona after all. Why would they not be there at their own party as they slap Na'Vi across the face, move into the top 3, and remind us to look dead in the eyes at our upcoming talent.
We've been seeing less Kai'Sa, but now that Vi is here for Skumond, Kai'Sa makes a lot of sense. A very easy champion to dive alongside with. Nico can create a huge amount of space in the team fights, and the beauty...
Lucio's in trouble, but we go back to the gank in top because Skumond looking for the flash, finds it on Dakana early. The Vault Breaker there, it's Matt. Flash for flash, Skumond gets in and gets first blood, running away from the zombie
series against GX as well. Dragon now going to be started off. Casey should be aware of this, and this will allow Yike a small tempo advantage to clear through his topside jungle faster than, of course, Skumond is able to do, but Skumond will get the XP. He's got enough gold as well for his item, which means that he can TP back to mids, and there it is. Nash's Tooth completed. Nice spike for the Azir. G2, though, don't want to give this up for free.
Okay, late engage, 2K. Weaver's Wall coming in from Caps on the flank, though. Booster gets out with a Magical Journey, and isolated is this Zahan, and Yike just gets popped back. Cap says, see you later, old buddy. As Yehu doesn't even think about committing. KC have lost the Dragon. G2 came in with the snatch and 3.5k now the lead after a brilliant pick coordinated well.
The anti-synergy between Busio and Yike. Yike goes up into the ult as Busio. Zhonya's is the target. And he wants to put
he wanted cannon. He wanted the cannon. And now buff it out Yehu. He's already in lethal tempo. It's a cease and desist for Yehu in the 1v1. I think he wins out the long con. Vault breaker. Range is running out as Busio's nearby. Cap.
It's available on KC, whereas Skewmon, Hansam, and Broken Blade still have theirs available. So G2, from this position with the ult economy, I think should be able to achieve their goal, as Broken Blade just going to take that tower on Kana's face.
Kana's got a good shield though, and the rest of KC coming in onto the needlework. Broken Blade going to take on the world, and guess what? The world is watching. They're dying, in fact. Yike dies. Remember that deliverance was in the ground as G2 find the enemy jungle, and third dragon, that sits up as the prize.
I mean, G2 just don't waste any time. They're playing through their solo lane so effectively. Broken Blade knows that there's no one to stop him. I think it has to be Yehu to kind of slow him down on the side lane. But with the health advantage that they had gained, it was Broken Blade that chunks up Busio. It was him that forces Busio back to base.
G2 still have a lead. They're 4.5k gold ahead. They're on Soul Point, and this Kai'Sa will get to play the game. Pop Blossom onto Busio. This is only a one-man, but into the ulti. Caps looking for the flick back, finds it. What coordination from G2.
Immediately they jump on Busio. 2 walls is enough to stop the magical journey. And G2 finding the picks they need.
I don't think in a while I've seen the Weaver's Wall used as like direct CC to launch someone and then using the flick afterwards. It was very well played from G2.
Yeah, who's in trouble?
Okay, well this time there's the point click you wanted to see. Dagda, that's how you kill him. All right, the drawback is good as Qmon knows he's dead. Ulti popped out as well. Now the deliverance is there. Yike looking for a second one. The flick back narrowly avoided. G2 is still strong in these solo lanes, so Yike has to pay respect.
It ends up being a 1-for-1, but that tower is getting dangerously low. But here comes Kana.
He's going to have to pop the ulti. Caps has a flash available. He kites up first, waiting again, put the threat volley down. He kites forward, then flashes Tempered Fate on the turret. No saving grace. It's invulnerable for the time being. And a W, Broken Blade saves his life, taking on the army. He doesn't get flicked. Rather, kites away, flashes down. Yike, he's not the one taking turret here. It's Kana. It's Broken Blade. It's Broken Blade. It's Broken Blade. LeBron looking for the follow-up as Busio runs for his life. There's the Blossom, there's the pop. We're looking for the auto. No, magical journey taken. Cosmic binding. My God, let's just launch. As LeBron runs towards Busio, an auto, a Q, a kill goes down, and that was Broken Blade versus the whole of KC.
KC are learning what it means to face G2 in playoffs. This team has come alive and outplaying KC everywhere they touch.
Kill onto Yike, they chase down Busio, they get the top tower, and they'll get the Baron as well. G2 dominating here in game 1.
LeBron gets the final kill. I just don't know. LeBron is going to be found by a minion here, but Weaver's Wall comes out again. Smite down, LeBron gets bursted. Yike takes the kill. Tempered Fate onto Caps. He didn't flash away, he just rode the wall out, but towards this Dragon, now an opportunity for KC to stop the stacking.
But that's where KC want to be with Dragon in just 30 seconds. Finding that pick until Rob might give them enough time to try and look for the setup. Take mid tower. Find options in the jungle to find the picks. It may not look like a huge amount, but if KC can use this towards a tempo advantage, maybe that's enough to slow down G2 here.
Well, getting a bit of gold for KC. You talk about slowing the game, that's how KC started off. Gold is still going up though for G2. I mean, they're the ones sitting with Baron, but I was noticing that mid turret went down and gold actually went the wrong way. As Dragon now spawns, KC on it first.
Yeah, the Hextech Rift means that at least LeBron is getting out significantly faster, but KC immediately start up the objective. Push in mid from G2, but KC don't care, they just want the Dragon.
LeBron in here, Tangle Barbs doesn't reach Busio on the wrong side of dodge. Broken Blade sets it up, Dragon may go down, but KC need to get the hell out of there. Skewmon sets his sights on Yike, who sets himself up for deliverance, but the Pop Blossom gets the back end of the fight, and Yike will not play anymore. Now for Broken Blade again, he's taking on 3 members, but this time he knows he can soar forward. Broken Blade looking for the passive stacks as Hansama hits him over the wall. Kana taking up for now as Caps face checks into melee. Damage is good from Kalist, but the problem is there's so many carries. LeBron is looking for the back end. He pops the Starburst against Hansama. Also he's in with the Killer Instinct. Kalist is still alive somehow, but Caps gets the Weaver's Wall in. And we go from chaos to more chaos.
And this is a style that no one else in the LEC is playing.
That's good journey hold. Tempered Fate dodged away from. Now Yike doesn't really have an angle. That Grim Deliverance is up and available for a re-engage. To flick back, he finally used it only onto one. Skewmon is the target. Taken down. Hot Blossom again though. Double trouble. LeBron bounces down like a bubble. And G2 will run it up mid now for more gold in their pocket. A flick back onto Yahoo. He started being culpable, and G2 have started reading his mind.
There are games where I watch G2 have 14, 15, 16 kills, and Broken Blade is not involved. In this game, he got a gank, and he is taking over the game. This Gwen has been huge for G2.
KC thought that they had found a pick in the middle lane, but it was a long con as a nice flank is found by Lebrov. A beautiful ultimate connects onto 2 and sets up for G2 to run rampant once more.
I mean, Caps doesn't need help because he's landing. I feel like all of these Ws, like Caps has been on point as well. Alongside the rest of G2 as playoffs is quite big. Skewmon, big mistake. He missed, he whiffed, and now he has the cease and desist. He's out there with a Vault Breaker. Ultimate doesn't connect, but range, Skewmon, and still no slow, no flick back, save the president. Okay, he's down. Now for the rest of the concave, KC looking for a chase, but look, Broken Blade is using scissors on a bit of concrete.
He's snipping his way through that bottom side of the map as KC.
He can use the Hexgate.
Yeah,
Later.
KC
Use the Hexgate.
wanted to go for Baron. Yeah, who is coming? But Broken Blade,
He wins.
he's dancing around them.
He is making fun of them in this game.
Caps.
Yike now, he's looking for Caps, but I don't think he's going to connect anything. The Baron is alive, 7 seconds. Skewmon isn't there to contest. KC have a narrow window where they have to force this, and they're going to do it.
But as TP gets committed, mid wave is pushing in, bot wave is pushing in. They're not
Here
moving,
comes Gwen.
but the pressure is there. Busio took a magical journey from hell. Oh my God, Tempered Fate on himself, but there's still a bit of needlework. Busio's dead. Yike got the tip hit as well, and the needle strike through. Pop Blossom, flash. Yeah, who's the next target? Hunsummer hooked that ultimate to the back line. It's decimating smash onto couch. It's flash. Winter is coming. KC have kind of left alive, but there is nothing he can do in the midst of G2.
KC took the one opportunity that they saw, but it is not enough. G2 rout them, and they will take the Baron.
My goodness, a quick trim off the top as Broken Blade starts that fight off with a monstrous play. Zero fear in his eyes. He flies it straight into the KC group. The Baron, a desperate attempt from KC, which is quickly thwarted. The Soul is available as well. I think Caps has already started that objective off. Skewmon's going to head over and help him now. But my goodness, I was expecting this series to be a close one.
He's turning a Tempered Fate. Okay, Gwen is immune. Wait for the third. Needle whack. Everyone. Broken Blade flashed on. Threat of return brings him back in. But in the 1v3, I'm scared. You're going to get that ulti down. That's good for Yike. But he gets flashed on Broken Blade. Close. The fact that he's
Right
taken.
now, which is a bit of a surprise given how this game has gone. But Broken Blade on the side lane is really the scariest point.
At least Kana's able to deal with him. Thought of.
Is he? Is he able to deal with
He's
him?
alive, Betty. He can't really stop the turret
He
pushing
can
for
watch
that.
it.
Oh dear, okay. Well, that's half the HP just about gone from Kana. Open inhib in the mid lane as well. This will be double inhib down. Look at top. Top is dropping. And KC, they can't stop it. And so this is just a slow burn where G2 are going to find out how they can end this game. And KC are going to try and make their last stand at the next turret. Looking for Broken Blade yet again, but this has not really worked in their favor outside of that one kill top.
Maybe he's just going to reset and TP back in. G2,
Wait.
see the blood in the water. I think they want to end this now.
They do indeed. Lebrov, sneaky minion again. Pop Blossom gets 2 flashes and 1 setup of Yike. Yike will pop the ulti, but his grievance doesn't matter. Yike's running back to his base because he knows he's got to get out of there. Tempered Fate maybe to save him, I don't know, because the needlework finds him after the fact, and Broken Blade continues the onslaught. His needlework up as Skewmon fails to flash forward, but he's got GA. He can make a mistake.
Okay, Kalist.
Unsama's trying to stay alive as Kalist is hitting some damage, but Broken Blade is still at full HP. Gwen is immune again. No! I would not have done that. I would not have done that. Arcane shifting into Broken Blade is one way of using this guy's initials. Kalist just said bye-bye to game 1.
Okay.
The Ashe does is her passive applies the slow, which means that when the E comes through, it then root into stun. So that's the initial synergy that the two champions can
But
provide.
it's much of a muchness with mid just equalizing and neutralizing, as Yike is going to start this dragon and actually take it with ease. Kalista and Busio, they're using that pressure in bot to open up the early Drake for KC.
Yeah, so a nice advantage gained for KC to kick this one off.
Queen.
Already
drop.
heal popped. They just walk up and go for a fight. Oh, heal
Acrobat.
traded.
Oh, Kalista just walks it past and
Harder to react to because he's just.
I
gonna
guess
move
you can
much
kite in the
quicker.
team fight as well, right?
Exactly, that's also the other thing, right? It's got a multitude of uses. As a nice trade comes out from G2.
Oh, sidestep on Aqua Prison. The Encore does connect, and rather the flash forward, Kalist on the Han Summer. Now LeBron, the new target. They've got the slow down. The damage from Busio going to help out Mega as the flash from LeBron comes out. No summoners on G2's bot lane.
Kalist is super close to 6, though. I think he hits it off this last minion.
There it is.
They can look for the ult
throw
under tower.
Kalist going to send it, waiting, getting vision, waiting. No. Lebrov is the only one still in dodge. Skumond is now level 6 as well. He's got the Cataclysm. Flash, knock up there as well. The arrow comes out a moment too late. Kalist is dead to Skumond's well-timed game. Meanwhile, we look towards the mid lane. Yahoo about to turn into a little egg, but Cap can't find the last shot. Yike here.
Also in the area, has
Perfect.
level 6. Doesn't connect. The ghost popped
Like,
just
you
there.
cannot get hit by the range creeps. And Kana knows with one win
He's
the
no
wall.
shield.
He
He's-
finds a kill, flashes, outplays, overheating, done Electro Harpoon, gets the slow. Kana under turret. Cricket Blade almost dies. Kana's still alive. Both at 1 HP.
Kana's no mana.
We're doing it again. We're doing it
Does he
again.
have
Broken Blade.
enough?
No,
Oh,
he's
the
not going to
level
go
up.
on
Broken
turret.
Blade has to leave because he knows that people are coming from base. Wow, very close
Oh.
from both top laners playing at the very edge of their limit. Both flashes gone, no one falls. Here is Busio in the top lane as Yike turns his attention towards the Grubs.
Skumon did get the dragon while that was all going on, though. So, in the grand scheme of things, I think you're still happy with the way this is going as G2.
No Leandre's
Wait, that's a TP back from Rumble.
It is. He's just running in into Busio. He's overheating again. He's frying it up. Encore saves the life as the ultimate comes through from Yike. That may have just done it, but Cap slugs forward to secure the kill on Busio. Now for KC, they've got to play the rest of the fight as the arrow connects. Broken Blade's down. Yike is next on the ground. Skumon in the Cataclysm and Aqua Prison. Safe and sound. That's what KC thought when they initiated this fight. But Caps following up. Again, good damage. It's slow, but it's doing the job as Kana runs for his life. Aqua Prison again. Flag and drag. Kana will not escape this time. Kalist, the last one standing.
G2 had more members who could move to the fight, and they're still going to go.
Kalist stepped up to the wave. Big mistake, pal. It's G2, and they are unrelenting.
An unbelievable scrap in the top wall against what is a very short-range composition. Should be super difficult to play against, especially with all the poke that you have. Oh, Skumon, has he overstepped? Ashe Arrow?
There's the public execution. Encore flies through as well. Skumon at half HP, rooted up. Tidal wave zoning out. Skumon flag and drags away with the wall. As you said, Betty, the call comes through and Yahoo negates the escape.
Because the one thing I wanted to hit on was the value that this Seraphine gets with all the different components that she has here. Because you dive in with Yike, you immediately get Busio's follow-up with the ult. Yike then shields, immediately gets the heal off of Busio's W. All of these little bits and pieces are working so well together that this Seraphine is getting insane value alongside now G2 overstepping into the jungle and giving these pick opportunities to KC.
Now the Ashe Arrow combo into
There,
Ambessa.
dodge, the back flank though. Kana, two-man shield on Duran. And with Busio laying down the CC, Hansummer is a dead man walking. Busio will die in the end. Kalist shielded out, but Kana with the angle and the security there as Rumwalk comes in. KC have already done the job. I don't think Caps can do much, but Equalizer proves me wrong. Yike hit pretty hard here as Caps, remember, fed level 12 rise. Can't under turret though. You might be surprised as G2 have enough damage to penetrate his hard shell.
G2 turn the play back around, crucially getting the kills, but also matching the turret plates that Yahoo's going to be able to take on these side lanes. G2 now, position on Dragon, should turn up in the play.
But they tanked the tower a little too long. Kalist is basically forced out of the fight, and then G2 say, okay, let's keep this fight going. Good Rumble ultimate, good chase down onto Kana, Skumon arrives, and KC don't have any tools left to contest the respawn of the Dragon.
I wonder if you're worried though. Kana got the double kill there. Kana has the kills on KC outside of Yike. Gold is getting back into their favor as Caps are just chasing down his pop the Ghost. He's in a 1v2 with a health bar advantage, and now there stands an egg. Caps has put him into his own frosted misery as Yike is going to bring it on back, but shield comes out. Caps gets hold and flashes. That's Cap for you. It's winter, but not as you know it.
In a 2 versus 1, Caps finds the outplay, and now this game is really going as KC is finding back in the mid lane. G2 find ways to outplay a 5-0-1 scoreline for the man in the mid lane as Kana's now the target.
Well, Broken Blade is taking a lot of turret shots. That's nice. Busio's on the way. Kana has the damage, and with Busio there, you would have thought they'd follow up, but still a little bit scared.
G2 had the push in mid. We already had LeBron roaming down. They don't really feel comfortable going into the 2v3 potentially. But Kana.
Do they have the damage? Flag and track. Well, maybe they do. Broken Blade sitting on the outskirts of the Cataclysm. Shield as Rand doesn't reach. Wins the war neither as well. Double knock up. And Broken Blade is shifting gears.
And G2 find themselves once again with a 3.3k gold lead.
Caps pretending his gold stack right now. 700 plus the kill bonus. I mean, that guy's worth 1,000 gold. You need to take down Caps. 3,500 gold, G2 2 Dragon, 3 minutes till the next, but Baron is a possibility with one more mistake for either team. But right now it looks like G2's controlling the flow. With Herald getting free charge in mid, not many people there to defend, as Inner might be a possibility as well.
You just get charge.
To get a charge.
But it still, what an impressive performance from G2.
Snapping by securing this tower in the top side to get even more gold funneled into him. KC don't really have any of the plays that they can look to make. That Ash Arrow, always the threat of catching someone off.
Please try and fish for picks. I know that you still have the cleanse on Han Sama, which is why KC didn't overcommit. But you're still seeing it's hesitation from KC.
Oi, big one.
Poke.
Really good. Flag and drag not there, just the drag instead. G2 thinking about their angle, can't have it a face check, but it's Caps again. The wall's out. Hans Summer goes back for the equalizers. Beautiful. Skimon jumps in with the encore. Even better from Busio. Into the egg, but it's still a 5v4 as Gallioldi's used to deflect. Caps in the way is Kana again, but look at the AP carries. Caps gonna roam off, interrupted by an arrow. Busio and Yike running to the left, but Hans is on a damn automobile. As Yike looks for the Mega Blast Cone, he will escape. But G2 just don't lose fights right now.
Caps is too big to let that happen. The actualizer completed. He is ripping through members of KC. And they did everything to try and keep Yehu alive. But with Busio and Kana, it's not enough.
The thing that really caught KC off guard was the
G2, so we'll have to see if they can make this work now as Hans on mid wave.
Angle's good. Hanzo is connecting these big ones, these big rockets as he gets out with the Valkyrie, flashed away from the public execution tidal wave just in case. But meanwhile, Kana has to ulti to escape. That grand exit is down as KC get a double beat drop. It's good, and encore onto Caps as well, but the equalizer, the hot pot. G2 have been to China. They know the Peyz. As who's the first to go down with a realm warp chase. You ain't out of dodge yet. The flames emit, and KC are getting a dose of reality. As Yike goes against his old Eddie carry, but he will die to do so. G2 put him in the dirt again.
Every single fight, G2 just melts through KC. They tried to target Hans.
What a day BB's having in both these games now. I mean, the setup of these ultis is crispy clean, and now minute 50, that Dragon coming up. Great comeback from MCoy through that. Brother, I think you need to fast forward the VOD. We are in the G2 series now. You, sir, you're about 4 hours behind, and someone needs to tell him as Equalizer comes out again just to poke him down.
This is what happens when you tell people to go back and watch the other games.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow, MCoy dominated. Bro. Okay, we're past that. Let's catch up as I don't think KC are. Arrow, dodge, auto attack, turret down, Caps just smooth.
That looked casual.
He just
popped the ghost and was like, yeah, this isn't going to happen. And Kalist honestly hasn't been able to connect into these arrows realistically all game long. Like, we haven't seen them come to fruition. And G2 now minimizing the map space that KC has makes it nigh on impossible for them to fish for these picks now.
Caps has been on a tear. I mean, it's another game. It's like the MCoy series where it's going to be hard to pick an MVP here. But G2 are on the final step here. Almost 10k gold lead. The big one connects. Kana goes for an engage. He finds himself Armor with the cleanse out as well. Even with the charge, they'll finally take him down. It's a big moment for KC, but they need more. They need Caps. The King of Europe flashes over as Kana, he used the commit, but the hotbot out again. Even out the Cataclysm. The Galio, it's good, but G2 has Skewmon with healing and a GA. They're backing away. KC have a free kill, and G2 have overstepped. Game still goes on. Someone kills Skewmon as KC get revenge.
And 20 seconds until the Dragon Soul for G2 as well. KC may have just pulled off a defense that nets them more time in this game. G2 teleporting in, hoping for a pick as KC might come in staggered.
I mean, a much needed defense from KC. The chain CC onto Hansama finally results in a kill, but he is now back alive. The biggest difference is that smite availability. Skewmon, 24 seconds until he's back on the Rift. G2 have 4 members ready to fight, but KC have 5. The Dragon is started. I don't see how G2 can really contest this.
No, but they're thinking about it regardless. Arrows up and available, Dragon close, equalizer down. Maybe it's for the fight afterwards, but KC get the Dragon and get out. Objective bounty from 9.5 to 6.5. 3,000 gold for they're hosting it. But it's either going to be G2 or KC who are going to be joining, bare minimum top 3.
And we're going to get to see that upper match on Monday as well. First best of 5 of the LEC versus
G2 are looking to find a playoff, them committing for Broken Blade, but now he's flashless.
Still though, KC invested a lot, and G2 know it.
Cataclysm down onto Yike Flag and Drag, Aqua Prison as well onto who's the next target. KC are separated here, Encore only onto 2. Caps was golden, and Caps unleashes hell. The shield, unreal as Broken Blade gets low as well, but look what's happening here. The egg is down, Yahoo was too far aground, and G2 take another.
Caps is just a one-man army. He stands. I don't think there's a contest here from KC. No. They're going to be too late. They don't have the vision. They'll now spot that it's going down. Yike has ult to get over the wall, but does he have a tool to get through?
Hang on now.
Equalizer down. The wall is giant. Skewmon playing for the smite, and Yike takes it. I remember him as the smite king, and Skewmon gets scored, but the flag and drag re-engage was genius. Kana goes back on in, and Skewmon still survives. Kana on the back of the pick, can't get out. And now with the Realm Warp, KC is coming crashing down. Great encore, but we need Kalist to get the fight. He takes 1, but Broken Blade on the back end is too much to handle. Hide as he may, Busio's dead, and Yahoo will be the only Baron to survive.
4 Barons gone. G2 with a dominant team fight once more. Yahoo doing his best to retreat as the top is getting pushed in. An inhibitor can maybe be secured. Caps and Skewmon on the hunt. They want to make sure that every Baron is taken off.
Seen, and he's out. So it won't be.
I mean, they're just stalling the game outright. Now, the problem is that Soul is about to be spawned once again. KC have to get back out onto the map. Look at what Caps is doing, keeping that mid-wave pushed in. Galio's ulti is available. Yeah, it's soon.
But Hans has no flash and no cleanse. That's the target for KC before you can try and take down the Rise.
The wall zone, Skewmon's the first target. Equalizer good again. Kalist sent to the back line at half HP. He's healed up as Kana TV's in, but Yike in the pit. Denies, stalls. That's the game for KC to hold it. Encore flies through on a Hans arm, but he's too far away. Meanwhile, Gia's going to be Popper Caps in the middle of 4 people. Has to now carry, but you know he can. Again, Caps is still alive. It's a double beat drop down as G2 back and forth with the shielding. Unreal. The mid laner getting popped. He goes Zonya's, so there's no Realm Warp, but Busio, the last man standing, and Caps is just too tall, too big, too much of the EU region to take down, and G2 in playoffs are just that good as Busio finally dies.
9-0-9. Caps demolishes KC. Caps takes down our first seed, and Caps punches G2's ticket to Barcelona.
We forget that this region might be G2's Broken Blade.
As his impact was also
absent. They're front the pedal, playing it slow. Or do they want to try and find picks and find some way to take KC out before they can continue to stack more of these items.
Caps is naturally having a fantastic game.
Leprov just face check, tidal wave used, but a public execution, an arrow. Leprov cannot be making that kind of mistake.
Pick after pick, KC are finding them. They've been can be the difference maker to enable KC to win out on the fight.
He's equal in items because Doran Blade is holding the last slot for Hansarm before he gets 7 items. So for this Corki, he's now dead even with Kalist, and the GA advantage means it gives another bullet in the chamber. Public execution found again. Leprov kind of pops the ulti, but Leprov is down. But look at what Busio just did. Kind of big shielded around as well. Yikes, he's trying to bring the game on back, but KC have found the fight. Caps has got the kill on the back line, but he's at half HP. KC have infinite sustain. It's a hack right now, and they're back at full HP.
In the front to back, KC is coming out ahead. Yahoo is chasing after G2, who are on the retreat. They know that they don't have their jungler, so they have to make this Baron impossible. Broken Blade now the target.
Got around there, turret now down, trying to drop the beat as Busio flash away from Broken Blade. Kalist has got the slow and the damage to boot. Caps are slowed down. A shutdown, gentlemen. I see a shutdown. I see a...
But this is what we mentioned earlier. Kalist has the damage to win out on the team fight. Skewmon has snuck his way behind. KC, I do not think that they know.
The pings are going down. They're thinking he's somewhere there. Found onto Busio. Skewmon for the engage. Kalist flashes away. Cataclysm there, but Skewmon is separated from the team. He goes into GA, but remember, KC have heals. It'll be a 5 versus 4, and Skewmon cannot get out. Public execution used from Yike, but KC have the dragon and Soul all for themselves.
Steal after steal after steal. Yike has kept KC within touching distance, and now KC may have just pulled off the biggest heist in this series.
It felt like that this game couldn't be lost for G2, but pick after pick, steal after steal, little by little, KC have fought their way back into this game. And with no enemy jungler to steal this one away, that will be a Baron secured. And KC telling everyone watching that this series is not over just yet.
All right. I mean, gold doesn't mean anything, but it is telling a story of where this...
The tenacity as well is so nice.
That's
for
a really
things
good
like
point,
the
yeah.
Rise that are looking to lock him down. But also, this Chemtech Dragon is going to do a lot of work. When you think about what Busio is doing in this game, and then you're keeping people topped up for longer. Like, this is the perfect soul for KC.
You can play at those thresholds.
Important to recognize that Caps, his gold lead is massive. It's so big, in fact, that he had a full 6-item build, sold his Banshees, then bought a Death Cap. But I don't know if that matters. He knows that he needs more damage, but right now, can he actually gain access? Because the reason why Onivia is a counter to Rise is because of his range. It becomes really hard for Rise to play in these fights when Onivia is zoning off all of your space and making it impossible to get in range of the carries and for you to do the damage that you want to. KC's composition has reached the point where it's so much harder for G2 to play. And now with the Baron, they'll secure another tower and they edge closer to the base of G2.
Arrow.
The pick doesn't quite
just a little bit longer. Hansarm steps up and Kalist spaces him. That arrow up and available to shoot out. Full vision onto G2. Caps, Mega Blast Cone, looking for an angle. 8K, still the AoE, the setup, the equalizer, beautiful. The health bars dropping, the Cataclysm of Flash, and G2, no!
Strike again!
Stole the Elder again! Caps is gonna get burnt down. KC has the fight. Kana with his dying breath will find himself a knockup. G2 have 3, KC on 3, but Elder trumps all.
But the minions are in mid lane. KC are looking to go for the end. They can start the push. G2, a smite again comes in to make the difference for KC.
With the back here as well, I mean, G2 are going to pull up one hell of a defense. KC are going to be confident. GA's available for mid for 80 carry. Kalist is doing so much damage. If he gets a free hit, this game goes to 3. Minions pulling in. Inhibitor turrets, rather Nexus, are vulnerable, but Hansarm clears the way. He gets out of dodge. Last minion, gone. Kalist doesn't care though. He's got shielding. 1 Nexus turret down.
Busio is happy to just shield the whole way through.
KC is unrelenting. The Rumble ultimate to try and stop the wave.
Hansarm survives. The Valkyrie's out. One last minion and it's gone again. Over the bubble, yeah, who steps forward. Tidal wave though onto Kalist, but Broken Blade, moment from getting executed. The Elder, and Busio does it. The Seraphine sung her first, maybe last song of this
3
game.
seconds.
Caps up in 3. The defense, one more wave. Elder's coming through. Buccio gets tunneled out.
The rope
There's
walk.
the ult. And Caps ran in, but Charm. Buccio with the charm. Yeah, he's still alive. Buccio's down though. Into the egg. The Nexus is bare, but no one at Casey is there.
But Casey should have seen the respawn timers. They stuck around thinking that maybe Galio could get in range. They stuck around thinking that with the Elder they could still win the fight, but the Realm Warp to give Skewmon the angle allowed him access onto the backline. They take out Kalist. The Baron is available. What is this game?
Dyke is running for the base
Back
though.
door.
The ult from Kana is available.
actually going.
They have to go. Yike is legging this, but Kana will have to reset. They
on a
can't
walk.
be in 2 places at once.
He's on a ward, but he has the Elder. He has the Elder. You can see him shining grey. Found out by Caps. Now he's running away. Caps going to continue to chase down. Turns it for an ulti though. Onto Caps, good damage, but he still wants to end the game. Kana's going to ulti in. Grand entrance.
It's a Peyz
Ban
race.
Nexus. Peyz race indeed, but G2 have an 80 carry. And Ban Nexus versus Ban Nexus. I think G2 just calls KC. What a way to go to Barcelona.